Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have Coco Gauff versus Victoria Mboko in a very exciting matchup for the fourth round of the National Bank Open. Cannot wait to get into this one. Before we do though, remember to hit that like button, do subscribe if you're new, and do leave a rating and review if you're listening on a podcast platform. So we have the number one seed of the National Bank Open in Coco Gauff coming up against a young, talented superstar. I say young because it's pretty crazy to say in the context of Coco because she's only 21 years of age. So she is still very young herself. And Mboko is only 18. So there's a 3-year age gap. She won't be used to playing a lot of players who are that much younger than her. But Coco does lead the head-to-head 1-0 or 1-love. They played in Rome where Coco won in 3 sets and Mboko took the first set. But Gauff came on strong, adapted, and you'd say experience in the second and third sets. We're going to talk about the route to the round of 16 very briefly. I'll then talk about the keys to victory and give you guys my prediction. Off the bat, I want to mention a very interesting tidbit, actually, that Gauff talked about at Wimbledon in one of the press conferences. She actually talked about giving Victoria Mboko some advice even, surrounding being confident going forward and giving her a lot of positive feedback and also some advice. And that was interesting because we asked a question to her at Wimbledon about whether she gives advice to some of the younger players and did she get it growing up? And she said she got it too much potentially growing up and even now potentially could as well. So she doesn't want to give unsolicited advice, but at the same time, Mboko, I think, was quite open to it, so she did give her some, but she wants to keep it between herself and Mboko. So clearly quite a friendly rivalry as well. Route to the round of 16. So Coco, before I talk about her route to the round of 16, obviously worth noting she did lose in the first round of Wimbledon, so she's had a pretty long break before Toronto. I think I'm playing in Toronto, right? And sorry, in Montreal even. The women are playing in Montreal. And I think that should have benefited her because she could have played Washington and other tournaments, but I think the break was needed after the Roland Garros win. In saying that, she has looked a bit shaky in her matches so far, but she's got through them like the champion she is. Collins, she beat in 3 sets, a final set tiebreaker to get the win there. Kudermetova also in 3 sets. For Victoria Mboko, she's had to play 3 matches because she's not seeded. So she played Kimberly Burrell first in her first match, won in straight sets. Then Sofia Kenin in straight sets. Then Marie Buzkova. She actually ended up bageling her in the 3rd set of that match. So had to come from a set down to then win in 3 sets. So the keys to victory, there's a few things here. I think, look, where Gauff has a very sizable advantage, of course, is experience, and we know that. But in terms of skill set, I think Gauff's shot tolerance and her athletic ability is definitely an advantage. It trumps Victoria Mboko's shot tolerance. And even though she is also very athletic, not to the same degree as Gauff, I would argue Gauff is potentially the most athletic player on tour. And when we're talking about athleticism, we're not just talking about defending and chasing down balls, because that is a big part of it, but it's also to do with footwork and being able to not just move laterally, but also move up and down as well, horizontally, or vertically, even up and down court. And she is, a real big proponent of elite movement. However, as I said, Gauff has been struggling a little bit, and one of those big issues has been the double faults, and they have been flowing. And they haven't just been flowing in this tournament, but they've been flowing all year. I'm pretty sure she still leads the leaderboard for most double faults on tour. The fact that she's still getting through matches serving as many double faults as she is a real testament to her all-round skill set, and is mighty impressive because she hit 23 double faults against Collins and 14 against Kudermetova. Mboko in Rome, and this was on clay, she was standing either on the baseline or inside the baseline to attack the Gauff second serve, to apply pressure on it. That will not help Coco Gauff in this, in her double fault woes, because she will see Mboko standing far forward, will know that just dropping the second serve in probably isn't going to help. She might do that at the start, and if Mboko makes some mistakes, that will give her a bit of relief knowing that, okay, well, she's standing in, but she's not managing to do much with it. If Mboko is extremely aggressive, though, off that second serve, and Gauff loses some of those points or feels extremely uncomfortable, she will then start to go for more, and that's when the double faults can start flowing even more so than usual. So that's going to be an interesting, I think that's going to be a very interesting part of the match to look out for, to see, one, how many first serves can Gauff actually put into play, and then on the second serve, is Mboko taking advantage of it? And if so, how is Gauff adjusting? Is she making double faults because she's trying to go for too much and she hasn't been feeling the second serve? Or does she actually find a way to make it click and make it work? And then the real question around it is, how much of an effect does it have on the match, on the outcome of the match, or the outcome of points and sets? And Mboko's got great winner hitting ability of both wings, and the forehand is, I think, actually very good, and she will no doubt look to go hard into the Gauff forehand, and we know that at times it can, you know, we saw Yastremska do against Gauff as well. It can be a little bit, not, I think flimsy is a bit too harsh a word, but it can break down at times. Even, you know, after the, even though she has won a Grand Slam at the US Open and she's won one now at Roland Garros, the forehand, when she's not playing well, it can still be quite susceptible to being attacked and being a little bit of a crutch for her. For Mboko, though, a lot of it's going to come down to, I think, her athletic ability. Sorry, not just her athletic ability, but more her pressure point management. How is she able to play in the big points? Can she make the right decisions? And not just decisions in terms of game plan and mentality, but actually shot selection is going to be really important for her, I think. I'm actually going to go quite bold, and the reason I'm going to go bold is because I just don't think Gauff is playing anywhere near her best level. I think she's actually struggling to get through these matches right now. I think Mboko is quite confident, and she's young, and she's going to play freely. So I actually am going to pick Mboko in straight sets, and there's probably a prediction that not many people are picking, but I'm going for it. Let's see if I'm right or not. I think Gauff is definitely the favourite on paper. She's the number 1 seed. She's already beaten Mboko earlier this year. I just have a feeling that Gauff, the level that I've seen from her is just nowhere near the level that, it's just nowhere near the level of that Roland Garros win. It's nowhere near the level of the US Open win. And I just think she is, at the moment, really searching for some good form. Let me know in the comment section below what you think and why. Thanks very much, guys. Stay safe and well. We'll see you on the next video.